I went on a little bit more than I thought there. Let me try to be a little quicker. Opinion on xylitol, which is essentially an artificial sugar, and I'm no expert on it, but one of the reasons is whenever I hear something that's essentially I believe it's a chemically made sugar, uh, chemicals, it's not that they only have bad effects. Obviously, some chemicals have positive effects, but it's not something that I care to eat on a regular basis or even at all for me, because if it's a artificially made substance, it there's always going to be a problem with it, and so I'm not eating it. Now, I can imagine somebody might respond in saying there is naturally occurring xylitol. I think maybe in birch there is. And so that would be a different story. And then I would have to say it's probably around the same as any of the other naturally occurring sugars. I'm not a big fan of saying, don't eat fruit because of fructose and don't eat this because of sucrose or any of that. I think we even have to get away from the whole reductionist way of saying we're going to evaluate whether fruit is good for you or not by whether what happens to you or people in general when they eat watermelon. I happen to eat a lot of watermelon these days because we have a lot growing in the garden and it's the one season I can eat them. I think it's a good food. And until I'm not interested in anybody convincing me of a certain chemical in the watermelon in a lab study with genetically modified, or whatever that means, just inbred rats, and they have certain thing happen to them. I want to know if you can show me something that people who eat watermelon for 3 weeks out of the year, they have a worse outcome than people who don't. I'd be interested in seeing that study. That's how you would convince me that eating watermelon these 3 weeks is not good for me. Otherwise, frankly, I'm not interested. Next one.